Konnichiwa, Iwaka ni Shushi no Kichi desu, from Trivium. We're here over at Knotfest, and it was truly the greatest Japanese show we've ever had in our career. Since 2005, we've been touring Japan every couple of years. It's been about 7 years since we've returned. Again, last night was truly the greatest, and we can't wait to return again. I'm about to try out a bunch of different Epiphone Les Pauls right now. This is the MKH Origins 6-string, the newest model. I think one of the greatest things that it's got is the multiple pickup selections and combinations. So these are the Fishman Matthew Kichi Heifei custom pickups. They're based off the Fluence Moderns, which I absolutely love. There's the active mode, and technically the way these have been described to me is Fishman are passive pickups with active technology. And what I love about Fishman pickups is it doesn't have a specific Fishman sound. I feel like what it does is it accentuates the sound of the guitar player that's playing it. It makes you sound more like you. So I've got the active sound, the passive sound, and then there's a single coil. So to actually be able to hear a Les Paul in distortion or in clean sounding like something like a Strat is pretty crazy. The fact that there's these multiple modes on the bridge, middle, and neck gives you a ton of combinations of what you can do. You could do an active and a passive like this in the middle. You could do double passive, double active, half single, full single. It's pretty amazing. This is the neck joint I was talking about before. I had the access heel where it carved all the way down, which a lot of players liked, but I felt it wasn't really true of the Les Paul, and there were things that I was missing about the Les Paul, so I actually liked the heel, just not as big. The cavity for the pickup batteries, I swapped out the strap locks for these vintage diamond style. However, I recommend putting in real strap locks if you're gonna play live. It's a thinner neck profile. I think it's the thinnest neck profile you could possibly do on the Gibsons. It's the lightest you could possibly do on a Gibson Les Paul. The new school Epiphone headstock, which I love. We did the locking tuners, but it's not locking in the sense that it locks the note in. However, it locks it that you don't have to wrap the string so much. And that's pretty much everything. 22 frets, 24 3/4 inch scale on the guitar, and then the 10 to 52 strings. I think the best way to show it off is typically clean. So here's the active mode. Passive. Single. I'll show distortion first, actually. All right, so here's the active mode. Passive. Leads, it's really nice. Passive. So here's the active. Passive. And the single. And then to really hear it for the cleans. the modes. For this guitar, this is the 7-string Origins MKH Les Paul. Obviously, the big thing with this guitar that's different from my last version is it's 25.5-inch scale, whereas before it was 24.75-inch scale, which is true to the original Les Paul scale, but I wanted to go just a little bit more for that extra bit of depth. Didn't want to do it in the 6-string though. I've tested those guitars. I feel like Les Paul 6-string is pretty perfect for the scale length. This one, thinnest neck possible again this time. Same thing with the newer heel for this guitar. I went as light as possible, as fast as possible, and modern as possible. Locking tuners, 22 frets. The Fishman MKH custom pickups, once again, they're the exact same as the 6-string model, but just for 7s. Got the push-pull system in the knurled knobs as well. I prefer these knobs. I feel like when I'm switching these with the classic Les Paul knobs, I would accidentally rip the knob off a lot and they'd fly away and I'd lose them. No pick guard. I think it looks cleaner. New headstock, and that's everything. Man, this one's really good. Very impressive guitar. I think it sounds fantastic. I don't know what pickups these are, but they're really good. Wow. Very good. Very natural. I'm really surprised how great the bridge pickup sounds for the more metal attacky stuff. I feel like it's really pops and is clear. I expected more of a classic rock attack. It could be because I've got the overdrive in front, which I feel I always do. And I feel like most modern metal guitar players will have some form of overdrive in front. Corey and I usually will release collabs through KHDK, and we've got the Ascendancy overdrive, the In Waves clean boost. I'm very impressed. Guitar feels really great for having never played this one before. The setup is also really good. It's really good guitar tech in today. This one's pickups are a little bit different. This is more the classic rock tone response I was expecting it of that one. The bite's a little bit more muted. The guitar plays awesome. I feel like it's more suited for big chords than staccato attack. Yeah, plays well. Less staccato attack, I think, is this one's strong suit. Other one's more for staccato attack, at least for metal. And that's already like the most Les Paul custom sound. That right there, the neck. It's very Les Paul. Yeah, that feels great. Cleans are awesome on this. Without the tube screamer. Very Maiden. Yeah, like it's crazy to think that the standards have more attack than the customs. Like, all fantastic though. What's amazing, like I already know this fact, but I feel like the world really needs to understand this fact, is how good Epiphone really is. Like everything that everyone heard me play, some of them are Trivium riffs, but a lot of it was just me playing and feeling inspired by the instrument and feeling inspired by the day and my time here. I think that's usually what says a lot. Like if you could just pick up a guitar and not worry what brand it is, what equipment it is, what you're playing, where you are, and you're able to come up with cool things or play things that sound interesting to you, then you're playing the right gear. There really is no right or wrong answer. While this is the worst salesman pitch I could possibly get for my own guitars, while my guitar is for me, it might not be for you. Like if you pick it up and you don't feel inspired, it's not right, you don't feel great off it, then that's not your guitar. Big thing, we hear so much about gear and all these things that different guitar players have and all the stuff in front of the amps themselves, all the stuff they have afterwards, everything they have on the guitars, myself as well. I have all this different signature gear, from guitar to pickups to fret wraps to strings to picks to pedals to straps to everything. I think it's important to find what works for you, because in the end it really is about what's in your hands, and everything is just accentuating the sound of your hands and the music that flows through that. But obviously a couple of these really spoke to me. My guitars for sure, but I felt the Les Paul Standard over there was something that really felt good to play.